friends, welcome back to my channel. I decided to make another video. Today's video is a little bit of like a vulnerable one, I guess I'd say. I have some strange habits in all parts of my life. It's taken a long time to sort of figure out why I am the way I am. But one of the things I wanted to talk about are my reading habits. Now, everyone has different reading habits, whether you're reading in bed or on your couch or outside, whether you do audiobooks versus physical books versus ebooks, paperbacks or hardcovers. Do you listen to music? Do you need quiet? Do you eat snacks? Do you drink tea? Do you drink coffee? Everyone's different. But I have some habits associated with reading that I don't think anyone else has. And I'm going to share them with you today. And you might be like, why is this a vulnerable video if you're just talking about how you read? I don't know. I've been made to feel strange. I've been made to feel that I am strange in a lot of aspects of my life, and the way I spend my downtime, my free time on a daily basis is definitely something that's been pointed out to me by multiple people in my life as weird. And it is weird. Like, I'll be the first to admit it. I do weird stuff. So let's just get into it, okay? I am a creature of habit. I have daily rituals that I do, and I like to do the same activities every single day, and I do them the same way, and I thrive, and I'm having a good time. One of those things is reading. So I've started the video in my reading spot. I usually read here on the couch if it's closer to bedtime. Like if I choose to read before bed, I will go into bed and read upstairs, but the habits surrounding that are still the same. It's just a different location. But this spot on my couch is generally where I'm reading. First of all, I'm in cozy clothes. I don't know if you can see my full outfit. I think you can, but I'm in a big sweater, big pants, hair up, glasses on. I don't usually film with my glasses on, but this is a reading video, and also I don't have my ring light on, so there's not weird reflections, I hope. Next, we have the water. I don't snack while I read because I read physical books, so I read with my hands, and I just don't like eating while reading. I stain pages a lot. It's something I do. So no eating while reading. But I'm a thirsty bitch, so we always have a big thing of water. I drink like 4 or 5 of these a day. Next, we have the blanket. The blanket is a big point of contention in my life. I have always had a safety blanket, essentially, since I was a child. I had a blanket called Cow Blankie. Oh, I wonder if I can find new pictures of Cow Blankie. But I had Cow Blankie up until he literally disintegrated. Yes, Cow Blankie's a boy. And up until he literally disintegrated from being so old, I had him. But now I have Stripey. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Just existing. I have Stripey. And Stripey's not doing too well. This is actually my parents' blanket, and it was in great condition. They got this for their wedding, which was 30 years ago, approximately, and it was in great condition until I took it to my home, and now it's shredded. I don't know what I do to blankets, but anyways, this specific blanket is on me 100% of the time when I'm home. I live under this blanket. If you're following me on Instagram, this blanket is in a lot of my just posts when I'm reading. I exist underneath it, and I need it. This is the setup. This is the setup. And then there's the book. So right now I'm reading The Butcher of the Forest. I've been reading The Butcher of the Forest for a little bit. This is by Premi Muhammad, and it is a novella. It was released just a couple of months ago, and I was really excited about this book. And so far I'm enjoying it. I've just not been able to get into it as much as I really wanted to. It reads like a fairy tale retelling. It's set in a fantasy world where a conqueror, a tyrant, has come and taken over all of the lands, and a woman in her mid-30s, I believe, or she's close to 40 at this point. She's living a normal life with some older relatives. Everyone else in her family has passed away, has been killed by the tyrant. But at some point in the past, she was the only person to have ever entered a dangerous forest that is in this land and come out alive. She did that in order to retrieve a child. I'm not sure at this point what the situation was. But it turns out that the tyrant's 2 children have disappeared into the forest, and he has now tasked Varys, the main character of this book, to go into the forest and retrieve his children, and she has about 1 day to do that. The goal of this vlog as a reading vlog is honestly just to finish this book because it's the only physical book I'm reading right now, and it's so short. I just want to get it like checked off my list so I can sort of do a reset and pick some other books to read. So as a reading vlog, this is what we're focusing on. But as a weird reading habits vlog, there is more to talk about still. So normally in my reading vlogs, when I have clips of myself reading, I remove the audio and just have like some lo-fi playing, and it's for the vibe, it's for aesthetic. But I thought I would film myself today reading in my natural state of how I actually read. And oh gosh, I'm actually like freaking out. Why am I sharing this information? Okay. So aside from being completely bundled up with my shredded, falling apart parent's blanket, I exist in what Ryan and I call the constant cacophony. I've discussed this a little bit before, but because of the way I am, I do not like silence. I do not exist in silence. I'm not sure why. I can appreciate silence in nature where there is still sound of animals and the wind and trees and leaves and whatnot. I can appreciate that sort of silence, but true silence that I experience in my home, especially when I'm alone, it's so uncomfortable to me. It gives me so much anxiety. I need my constant cacophony. And there are 5 layers to it. So the first layer is pretty straightforward. I collect clocks, and every room in my house has clocks in it, and I have the ticking sound. I need the ticking sound. Beside my bed, there's a actually broken clock. It doesn't move anymore, but it still ticks. And I just have a broken clock beside my bed because I need the ticking. I know my mom does that too. I don't know if she still does this, but she used to sleep with a watch under her pillow. So maybe I get this from my mom. I'm not sure, but I've got a ticking clock over there. Can we hear it? I don't know if it'll pick up on camera. I can hear it. The second layer is the TV, specifically Bob's Burgers. I love Bob's Burgers. It is my comfort show. I definitely go through phases with shows, but for the last few years, it has been Bob's Burgers. And when people say that they watch the same stuff over and over, and they're like, oh, I've seen this show like 10 times. I've probably watched Bob's Burgers all the way through more than 100 times at this point. When I get to the end of the currently released episodes, I watch the movie, and then I start back at season 1. There's no breaks. It's just on all day, every day, including while I'm reading. The third layer of the cacophony is YouTube. Again, similar to my shows, which right now is Bob's Burgers, but in the past has been My Hero Academia, Family Guy, Law & Order SVU, and Scrubs have been the big ones. With YouTube, I hyperfixate on certain channels, and I just go through videos all the time. So for the last few months, it's been Smosh. Inexplicably, I think it's funny. I don't really watch the videos, they're just there. I watch booktube content, don't get me wrong, but I actually watch that. It's not my background thing, like Smosh is right now. The fourth layer is music. I have certain playlists that I play through all the time. I'm not going to show any of them in this video for copyright reasons, but when it comes to the actual filming of the reading segment, I'll put on just general lo-fi in the background, and hopefully we can get away with that. I have that playing on my Alexa. I don't want to wake her up yet. The fifth layer, which alternates with 2 variations. One is way more insane than the other, but I will have rain sounds or nature sounds playing on my phone. So I actually have Ryan's phone here because I film on my phone. So for right now, I'm just gonna open up YouTube.
You want to hear something? Yeah, sure. Some folks wear their hats.
He just had a Key and Peele short queued up. We'll just put on some rain sounds. Rain sounds for sleeping.
Hey Canada, you can get 50% off all
Or we'll listen to a Domino's ad. Okay, Let's set up the layers and then I'm gonna read. So we've got the clock, we've got the rain sounds. Alexa, play lo-fi.
Lo-fi beats from Spotify.
That's a little loud. We were having a party, so she's kind of loud right now. Alexa, set volume to 4. Gonna start some Bob's Burgers.
For my eyes? Burger eyes. It's just, sorry.
And I'm just gonna click on, obviously my entire like recommendation page on YouTube right now is Smosh, so I'm just gonna click on the first video that is here. It's gonna start with an ad, of course. Okay.
Guys, this is definitely we're returning this this is the 4th installment of me looking at photos and Spencer guessing all of them.
And so for me right now, I am like hyper aware of everything because of the purpose of the video. But once I start reading, this just becomes background. Like this, it's all just monotone, room tone to me. So let's read for a bit. I'm not even making eye contact with the camera. I'm so uncomfortable showing my life. Oh, and another layer, a 7th possible layer, is that Ryan's gaming computer is right there. And sometimes he's there gaming. He wears a headset, but he does game with friends, so he's just talking the whole time as well.
See, I started off hot. That would have taken me 3. Well, I think I would have got it by then.
Okay, so I've been reading for about an episode of Bob's Burgers for about 25 minutes or so. I got through about 40 pages, I would say, and I want to show you guys the alternate version of the phone. And this is where you'll see that I truly am a maniac. Has this driven you crazy yet? Are you still with me, or is this making you insane? Let's pause everything for a second. I've paused everything and it is quiet now except for the ticking clock, and the laundry machine is going in the basement and I can hear stuff moving around in the laundry machine. So alternatively on my phone, when I'm in a particularly, I don't know, stressed mood, I guess you could say, instead of listening to rain sounds on my phone, I'm actually listening to an audiobook. And it's not the audiobook of the book I'm reading with my eyes. It's a different audiobook completely. I put a lot of pressure on myself to get through books quickly, especially if they're 4 videos. And sometimes I just can't decide if I want to read a physical book or continue with my audiobook. And so the choice becomes both, and it kind of makes me miss out on stuff, obviously. I don't do this if the audiobook is something I'm really, really into, but if I'm sort of checked out of the audiobook anyways, I can have it on in all of this and then focus on the physical book I'm reading. Before we jump into that, I'll tell you what I'm thinking of this one here. It's good. I'm liking it a lot. We're getting into some very weird fiction territory. The more creepy, strange stuff is happening, which I love. That's one of my favorite genres. I really like the main character, Varys. I honestly feel like T. Kingfisher wrote this book because it's a setting and a character that she would have written. And I don't know, it's just really fun. This like sarcastic, older character, and older again, I mean like under 40, but older than our usual fantasy heroines who are 13. Should we keep reading? Alexa, play.
Performing incredible trick shots, and I was like, wow.
I got that one right.
I'm listening to Malice by John Gwynne, and I listen at 2.2 times speed. Can you understand a word that's being said? Because I can.
I I've played the first one a couple times throughout my life, and
Alexa, stop. So I finished the book. I'm confused. I'm a little confused. I liked it, but the ending was very abrupt. Sorry, do you want me to talk about the book, or do you want me to talk more about what the heck is going on in my brain? Okay, so that is a taste of what my life is like every day. I do this every day. Now, I'm not always reading when I've got the cacophony going. The staples are definitely Bob's Burgers, YouTube, and music. I'm sometimes just editing videos in the background or doing some other kind of work, but I do have this on at all times. And honestly, bless Ryan, because he lives with it. I know it drives him a little crazy, as it would anyone, but he puts up with me and my noise. Sorry to Ryan. I did just get him really good noise canceling headphones for his birthday. Partially as a gift for him to have a good sound for his games, but also to drown me out from his life.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
Who do you think I'm talking to?
This is just one of your weird quirks you're talking about.
Ryan, how do you feel about the way that I am?
How do I feel about the way that you are?
Yeah, ow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sat on my hip. How do you feel about the way that I am?
I love you.
The whole family's here, except for the cats. No, but you do put up with a lot. You put up with existing, with all my things going, but I hate the silence. Ultimately, I don't know how to feel. That's how it is. I don't know how to feel. I feel very, very vulnerable for sharing. I can't talk. I feel very vulnerable for sharing all of this with you guys. I also feel happy, I guess, because it's like embracing my quirks and the way that I am. Hello, it's me from the future. I filmed an entirely different ending to this video in the clip that you just saw, but I hadn't even started watching back the footage yet, and when I started editing and I started hearing myself talk, I just wanted to clarify some things, I guess. First and foremost, thanks if you're still here in this video. I know it's a lot. One thing that I think it's actually kind of important to point out, or interesting at least, I don't know if it's interesting, but to me it is, it has to be that specific set of sounds. I can't read in a public place where there's people talking and music that I don't like or know. It's those specific things. So I don't know what that says about me, but it's not just generally noisy sounds, it's my sounds. I need my sounds. I haven't even really listened to the cacophony portion of the video yet. And so for me right now, I am hyper aware of everything because of the purpose of the video. But once I start reading, this just becomes background. It's all just monotone, room tone. I don't even know what to say. I've not listened to the cacophony from the outside before. Why am I like this? That's horrible. Wow, Ryan deserves an award for listening to that all day. I am on a journey of self-discovery and whatnot right now, with the help of my therapist and doctor. So I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm completely normal and these are normal things that I'm doing. I think that's pretty obvious throughout the video. But I'm also not saying I need to change my ways unless a professional tells me I need to change my ways. Growing up as a weird kid was hard, and I'm lucky that I have people in my life that accept me for who I am. But I've had weird behaviors my entire childhood, obviously. This didn't just happen to me. After I filmed the segment talking about Cal Blanky, I called my mom to see if she could find some pictures of Cal Blanky just to put in the video. I mentioned it in the video. And on the phone with her, she literally, her words were like, oh yeah, of course I can find some. It won't be that hard. Cal Blanky was everywhere all the time. And that's normal. Children have stuffed animals and blankets, and that's just what kids do. But I'm not a kid now. I haven't grown out of those behaviors, and I don't know what that says about me. And this video is taking a turn from just like, haha, quirky reading habits to like, I am looking for answers about what's going on in my brain. And hey, I'm an open book, honestly. I'll share it with you when I find more things out. Let me know in the comments. I was gonna say let me know in the comments if you think my reading habits are weird, but like, I know they are. That's a dumb question. Let me know in the comments if you have any strange reading habits you want to share, or just generally what your reading habits are. Those questions are still out there of like, do you drink coffee or tea or eat snacks while you're reading? Do you have music on? Do you read in silence, unlike me? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. And before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell icon so you know when I upload new videos. I upload 2 days a week. I love you guys. Bye.